Okay, now let's talk about how to find the values of different angles. So like for example, you have this. First, let me explain that. If you have a unit circle like this, right? So we said that, okay, here my x is 1, right? Here my y is 1. Here my x is -1, and here my y is -1. As we know that here, if I make a triangle over here, this part is 1 since I have a unit circle, so this radius is 1. So my y-axis, I call this y is actually my y is actually, here I'll write that my y is actually equals to sine of theta, and my x is actually equals to cos of theta. Okay, so these are very important things, that my y is sine theta and x is cos theta in my unit circle. And what is my tangent theta? We know that tan theta is equals to sine theta over cos theta. Very important things. Now, let's first see that how to solve simple questions related to this unit circle. For example, they ask you to find theta for 0, pi, or pi by 2, or multiples of pi or pi over 2, for example. Okay, so these are easy questions where they ask you for 0, pi, pi over 2, because it will lie on these lines, and we already know the values of x and y on these lines, so it's very easy. For example, they give you a question that calculate the value of sine pi over 2, right? So what is pi over 2? This I told you that this is 0, 2 pi. This is pi over 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2, right? So this is pi over 2. What is the value of sine? Sine value is the y value, right? So what is the value of y over here? 1. So my sine pi over 2 is equals to 1. My y value is my sine value, okay? So if they ask me to calculate the value of sine, basically they are asking me to calculate this value of y. Okay, so y is what at pi by 2? Pi by 2, my y is 1. For example, if it was that they ask you to calculate sine of pi, right? So you will go to the pi value and just see what is the y value on pi. Y is 0 here. X is -1, but y is 0 here. So sine pi value is 0. So this is like a very simple question, you can say. Let's do one more example. Let's say they ask you to calculate the value of cos of -5 pi over 2. Since you can say it's a multiple of pi over 2, so it's a very easy question. If it's -pi over 2, so what is